Stalkers in the open. Watchers on the other side. Giving away the hunt. It's on to me. They're guarding Gaia?
I doubt they think at all. More like an instinct, gathering them to her grave.
They're scanning for me. Gaia. Saving these for the trail. Sacrifice. It did this. Cracked the inside of the mountain like it was an egg.
Yes, yes. Quickly now. I've prepared the way ahead for you.
So you've been in here before?
To a point. You'll see.
You made a climbing path for me, but left an army of machines for me to deal with?
Since when were machines any obstacle for you? If you could fly, I wouldn't have bothered with a climbing path either.
Don't look down. Don't look down. This is exactly the kind of place I expected to find you in, Silence.
Thank you. It's one of many workshops I've constructed over the years. For years, I tried to get through this hatch. I drilled, I burned, I blasted. But we both know that you won't have any trouble getting through.
You make it sound like I should apologize.
Not at all. It never occurred to me that the way through would not be with force, but with a key in human form. The failure of imagination.
Looks like you've spent a lot of time here.
19 years ago, a great explosion destroyed this mountain. Gaia's death. The echo could be heard as far as the claim. Ash darkened the skies. How they fretted in Meridian as they tried to read this omen. The crater burned for weeks, but when it cooled, I was the first to behold what lay. Over time, the machines closed ranks to protect it. Useful.
In her message, Gaia said we could restore her, but after seeing the damage,
She said any effort to repair her, rebuilding the terraforming system now might allow Hades to use it as a weapon. Because of Gaia's sacrifice, it has been forced to search for means that are less.
But do you think it's even possible to restore Gaia?
You know what the cauldrons are capable of. How they fabricate any technology necessary to create a machine by the same principle. It should be possible to replicate every technology necessary, but that would take years. And we're counting the time we have left by the hour.
I thought you might actually be here this time.
Why? My presence is unnecessary. You don't need my... You were the one born to do this.
It's...
Yes. When you... Everything depends on you.
Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed.
Logging arrivals. Shan Margot.
Welcome to Frozen Hell. Population 10.
11 counting Gaia.
Don't count your chicken
Mind your
embryos
footage.
before they incubated, hon. She's still firing up. Be a while before you eat that omelet.
I'm vegan, Travis. You'd think we'd worked in the same secret base long enough for you to notice.
We weren't scheduled to shack up here for another 3 weeks. You realize I just lost 350 kilos of pre-code smut comics in transit.
Wait, actual physical media? Why didn't you have it digitized?
Can't beat the feel of physical media on your fingers. And in here, we ain't gonna be touching a whole lot else. Figured I was gonna pass the time archiving them. What about you?
Me? Work, I guess. My task queue stretches out for like 3 years.
Guess that's my way across. This should be the last power cell I need to get to that ancient armor I found. It's, held like this for 19 years, right?
Well,
Don't answer. Glad that's over. This must have been where they lived. What's left of it. Once this was all enclosed by rock and metal.
Record. I just woke up. I see the numbers, but can't make out the time. I was dreaming of... I was giving a lecture in Q Hall. Maybe it was something more shamanistic. I don't know. An audience of shadowy faces under a blank open sky. I told them the world ended with a bang. A plague of robots. The last humans. We went out, not with a whimper, but a whisper. You know, in caves, ending like we started, huddled around a flickering glow. The heads of state, the Fortune 5s, the leaders, lottery winners, and life cults, all of them buried in their little shelters. Some believing they'll live it out some way, somehow, or Elysium, or us here at Gaia Prime. No different. A multitude of tiny societies taking hold, flaring.
Evacuation happens so fast. No time to think things through. No time for goodbyes. There were lines in the medical ward. I told Tom Pake I'd be with him when he went under. But there was one last shipment of Paradiseidae zygotes I could get processed if I rushed. I'm still angry at him for forcing me to choose. Angry at myself for... well... he died alone, and I didn't get the bloody birds of...
Elizabeth's room. I know it. She didn't even get a chance to unpack. These are her journals. Elizabeth's journals. And they're all destroyed?
Scan them. The Focus can rebuild them, but the process is slow. To us, it seems a powerful device, but its engine is tiny and limited.
How slow?
Days, weeks, years. Concern yourself with stopping Hades and extending the future, and you might live long enough to hear them.
Elizabeth. What is this?
This is Charles Ronson. I'm logging this 6 hours after final deployment of Gaia Prime. This morning, an access port seal malfunctioned. Gaia Prime's port seals were designed to close with a seam of less than 2 millimeters. But this one closed with a 10 millimeter gap. Enough for an energy signature to bleed through. Enough for the swarm to detect this facility. Enough for Gaia to be discovered and destroyed. Enough to end the future we worked so hard to make possible. Unless the hatch servos were manually re-engaged from the outside. I'm now switching to a recording of the event.
Well, I'm not going out there. Not what I signed up for.
Either we send someone out, or all of this was for nothing.
It should be Liz's decision.
So when is she going to get here?
She said 5 minutes. You don't think...
Oh no. Okay, everyone. I've repaired the seal. Gaia?
Seal closure at 1.4 millimeters. Confirmed.
Elizabeth, no. We'll find a way to bring you back in.
It's not gonna happen. The swarm's too close. Really. It's alright. Gaia's complete. She'll take care of things from here on out. That's what she does.
Not like this. There's so much we...
Guys, you know me. I'm no good at endings. At letting things end, so, let's not.
So, happy trails, Liz. And, see you around.
Yeah. Take care of each other, alright?
Liz.
I'm okay with this. I want to go home. Goodbye.
That was the last transmission of Elizabeth Sobeck. She gave everything for the hope of life on this planet. And we are all in her debt. You'd hate it, Liz, but I wrote you a eulogy. I had to try to express...
Look, Liz, you're a pretty stand-up gal. I'm sorry you died. If you had a home to go to, I hope you got there first. But this monument Ronson's made to you?
Hell, Liz. I know you're never gonna hear this.
Aloy,
She's gone.
you knew she couldn't have survived, Aloy. And her achievements were...
While her people bickered, she was the one who took responsibility.
She was better than them.
That's not what I said.
She was.
Can't you just for one moment stop calculating? And she sacrificed herself for her friends, for the... Doesn't that stir anything in you?
You're trying to invest her decision with something magical. It was a rational...
You're wrong. Remember, she knew it wasn't enough for Gaia to think, to care, to sacrifice, to believe in life. Enough to fight against... If it wasn't for that sentimentality, life would have ended. You and I would never have...
Your argument is sound. I'm sorry for your...
She said she wanted to go home.
What?
Nothing.
Hello, Margot. How are you holding up?
Dr. Ronson, I've been getting a lot of messages, unsolicited messages from Ted.
Margot, I'm sorry. With Liz gone, we've got no one to run interference with him. I'll talk to Ted. He mostly wants updates, constant updates, hundreds of updates on things he knows nothing about. Liz used to field all of his crap.
He doesn't...
What are we gonna plug into their heads, Liz? A whole lot of history? A whole lot of so-called truth? A whole lot of noise? It's not tablet, Liz. It's poison.
There's another section at the back of the crater. Looks like it survived the blast.
Because it was armored. You found the control room.
I'm on my way.
I've been taking a hard look at the project. In the end, simple. It's clean. It's clear. Erasure. Addition. By. Subtraction. I can make a better list. With a single stroke. Make it all go away.
I really don't like the direction this is going.
Continue.
When I opened the hatch, the air rushed in from this side.
Because there was none inside the chamber.
But the Alphas were in there.
I'm locked out of core control. Alpha clearance overridden. What the hell is Omega clearance?
Oh no.
Alpha personnel. Sorry to alarm you, but I need you to listen, okay? To what I'm about to say. This isn't easy. See, please, stop trying to access the system, okay? See, what this is about is, I said stop trying to access the goddamn system. What I'm trying to say is, I can't stop thinking about the ones who'll come after us. Those innocents. Those blameless men and women. We're gonna give them knowledge? Like it's a gift?
Ted. We've talked about this before. Apollo has 3,000 plus fail-safe conditions.
It's not a gift, it's a disease. They're the cure, and we're gonna give them the disease. Our disease? No, we can't. And it's not too late. If we're willing to sacrifice.
It doesn't need to be like this.
It already is, Samina. I did it 3 minutes ago. I've purged Apollo. It's gone. All of it. Every copy.
A sacrifice? It's not a sacrifice, it's cultural obliteration, you crazy bastard! Millennia of culture!
I'm sorry. Really, I am. But sometimes, to protect innocence, innocents have to die.
Emergency alert. Planting atmosphere.
So this is why. This is why we were trapped in benighted ignorance for an innocent future. Blameless men. He never saw everything these people achieved. All the knowledge of the old ones. Evaporate like the Alphas themselves.
No. Not a void. When the hatch unsealed and scattered their ashes on the wind, it took them out among the world they made. The world we're living in. It's
a monument to
not oblivion, silent. The master override. That's so small.
Now all you have to do is kill Hades with it. Try not to fall to your death. The master override doesn't override gravity.
You're here.
For a moment.
What?
Our journey together has come to an end, Aloy. But before I go, I think I owe it to you to tell you the rest of the story.
Go on.
Some time ago, I admitted that I'd been involved with the eclipse. The truth is, I was there at the beginning. I found Hades, Aloy, buried on that mountain, trapped in that shattered titan.
What?
It promised knowledge and delivered.
And in exchange?
I helped create the eclipse, helped it build a cult.
Why are you...
Because your success depends on knowing. When I found Hades, the first thing it wanted to know about was the Spire. Not Meridian. The Spire. Now why would that be?
The Spire was created by...
Which part of Gaia?
Minerva. It's code-breaking module. Gaia built spires to transmit the codes that deactivated the Pharaoh robots, shut down their biomatter conversion system. Hades wants to send a new transmission to wake the machines so they can devour the world.
Yes. Based on what we've...
So the Eclipse, the robots they've resurrected.
Yes. So Hades can exterminate life all over again.
I want you to tell me everything. Hades, the Eclipse...
It's a long story, Aloy.
Then get started.
It began with a focus, recovered from an ancient ruin, as yours was so many years ago. In my case, the device was heavily damaged. There was just a flicker of life. I spent weeks studying it, attempting repairs, until finally, I succeeded. That's when I detected it. A faint signal. Out there, something was searching, just...
A real kindred spirit.
I followed the signal to its source. A shattered titan, buried in the...
So you thought it was a titan? An old war machine?
I didn't know what to think. I'd seen such wreckage before. The Grave Horde, for example. It couldn't speak when I found it, until my repairs gave it a voice. So began an exchange of knowledge. It wanted to know everything about our world, but the Spire was always its foremost concern.
What did it want to know about the Spire?
Its precise location, the surrounding geography. Meanwhile, Hades revealed to me many of the intricacies of ancient technology. It bid me to recover and repair more focuses. Before long, I had
enough to equip us.
The commanders of one, anyway. I didn't care. I was learning so much.
And the Shadow Karja? How did they be...
The Karja Civil War was a happy coincidence.
An opportunity? That's what it was.
Yes. Overnight, half the tribe was in exile. Desperate to... Their religion made them easy to manipulate. So yes, it was an opportunity. I arranged for High Priest Bahavas to meet with Hades.
But Hades didn't care about Meridian.
We live in a world of fallen cities and vanished tribes. Besides, I was too busy setting up the cult's focus. A thrilling technical challenge, especially with the alterations I included of my own.
The ability for you to spy on.
Yes. I may have been foolish enough to serve Hades, but I installed what the ancients used to call a back door in the network. Secret access, empowering...
What made you turn on Hades? It certainly wasn't.
Actually, I was troubled the first time I saw the Eclipse raise an ancient war robot. With my technology.
A little late?
Indeed. I'd already outlived. When I completed work on the Focus Network, Hades summoned me to receive my... The next moment, I heard it broadcast my kill order. I've been a fugitive.
So when did I come into this?
When Olin stumbled on you. System threat detected. That got a kill order against a savage Nora girl? But then I saw that this Nora girl was wearing a focus and bore an uncanny resemblance to a... Helis moved quickly. I thought you were dead. But then I detected your focus. Inside the Nora... The more I observed you, the more convinced I became of your extraordinary nature and usefulness. I vowed to do everything I could to ensure your success. The rest.
The things you've done in the pursuit of knowledge, Silence.
Aloy, this wasn't a... I've done all I can. From here on out, take my lance. Fit the master override to it, and you have a...
Then I just need to get close enough to Hades' skull.
Exactly.
Oh, no problem. Silence! Where will you go?
Elsewhere. And everywhere. There's so much more to discover before the world ends.
And all this?
I leave it to you, of course. As it turned out, it was yours all along. I was merely trespassing. I traveled far to find you.
I have to tell Avad that the Eclipse are ready to strike. After what happened after Val, I know he'll defend the city. This fire. clamps have the armor locked in place. Maybe there's a way to power up the mechanism, release the clamps. Just one more. These numbers... they must be related to segments of a circle. There we go. The last one. All powered up. Now to get the dials in position. There must be some kind of code. Did it. Let's have a look. All right. Now let's see what we can do with this material. Good meat. Let's get this over with. all mine now.